Cerule is now offering a BOGO sale on their premier item only, Stem Enhance Ultra.
We have been using their products since 2018. All of these products are made from natural ingredients. They come from algae that only comes from that one lake.
Lake Klamath.
I also use all of their skincare. Now, don't judge by my face because I am 66 years old, but I do use and love their tensor serum, their So in any case, I love their face cleanser. It's the best face cleanser I've ever used.
Okay, well, for me, Stem Enhance Ultra is the thing I take every day, and it's the go-to product because it increases your blood levels of adult stem cells. That's the thing the body uses for self-repair. If you have a problem with your heart, then your heart sends out certain hormones calling on adult stem cells to come. And anything that needs repair, Stem Enhance Ultra. Anything that needs increase in circulation,
The
plasma
plasma
flow.
flow.
And then Sciactive is reduces inflammation, which is another common problem for people whose diets are not optimal, like mine.
So anyway, you can order these products if you go to billstill.cerule.com, and we will have links in the description box below. Now, on to after that ridiculous debate, it's been really entertaining to watch the response of all of the Democrats and the press, etc. And then there was that press conference that did not go so well.
As they desperately try to self-correct after the disaster of the debate.
Well, and his staff also referred to it as a big boy press conference. Now, what?
How humiliating.
It's demeaning.
Put on your big boy pants.
Exactly. But one of the things that I have found interesting in watching all of this, and it's grab the popcorn, it's very entertaining, is not only the response of the Democrats in Congress, members of Congress, but also the response of the press. I have been blown away by the press's response to this. One of the Jake Tapper, who was one of the moderators in the debate, was interviewing one of the White House press correspondents for CNN, whose name I don't remember. And she was saying that all the press, they talk to each other, etc., that they were complaining that the White House was literally sending them scripts and sending them what you can say and can't say and what you can ask and not ask Biden. And so they all had these scripts. And if they went off script, she said the White House staff would just excoriate them and beat the heck out of them. She said it was just horrible. And of course, they were probably threatened with their jobs and all this other stuff. Well, and I have to say, it's not beyond this administration to send the FBI to one of these people's homes looking for anything.
Right, right.
And so they were all scared to speak the truth. Well, now they're just all out there saying it. And one of the things that shocked me because of who it was Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow and some man whose name I forget off the top of my head on MSNBC. If you didn't watch the press conference, Biden argued with them when they said, "Are you going to step down?" He said, "But the polls are so good in my favor. These polls are good." They actually said, well, his staff must be feeding him fake polls because they're so far from reality. This was Rachel Maddow.
Right.
I mean,
admitting exactly what we did stories about 4 years ago. And we haven't done it this time just because we were kind of hoping, maybe they've straightened up their act now. No.
Well, we talked not long ago about the Mockingbird Press, but the fact that they were all reading, the same words, the same script, it's kind of obvious what they were doing. The fact that the White House was feeding them what they can ask. Can you imagine? I mean, President Trump, one of the complaints that his staff had is they would have a rally and he would stand there for hours answering questions of the press. And they were all like, we want to go home. We're tired, you know. But he would just do that for hours on end. So it has been interesting. Now, Joe Manchin said that the Democrats are going to decide what to do about Joe by Sunday, by this Sunday, meaning in 2 days. And so probably Monday it will be announced as to whatever they've decided they're going to do. But did you see that interview with Nancy Pelosi where they
Oh,
asked her, they asked her, are you going to support Joe Biden? And she said, well, I want him to decide what he's going to do. And then they said, well, he's pretty much said he's going to run. So do you support? I want him to decide what he's going to
and that's
do.
my position until he changes his decision.
That's right. And that's right. And Chuck Schumer has had three different positions in all of this. First, he wanted Joe to leave, and then, but you see all this, and you see George Clooney, who said, Joe, I love you, but it's time for you to get out of the race. I mean, and then Chris Matthews came back and said, any elites who call for Joe to leave the race should be, fired or
Yes,
whatever.
that's the essence of democracy under their new definition. Where they love to use the word democracy all the time, which where we are a republic and not a democracy. And the founding fathers spoke out specifically about the dangers of a democracy. And we're seeing the result right now. It actually turns into an autocracy, a totalitarian state, which is what we're fighting because that's what has been installed right now courtesy of Obama to begin with, and Obama's running the show still today.
Yes. And word is, scuttlebutt is that Obama is the one who's behind trying to get Joe out.
Right.
So,
Because he's a loser.
yeah,
And he didn't realize that he was so not in control, and he's trying to now take some of that control. And it's very interesting. We'll see what happens. I think he will probably not win this one.
well, before the press conference, I saw on somebody had posted on Twitter. Now they didn't post the video, they just posted the words. They said that Biden had actually referred to Zelensky as Putin.
Oh
Well,
no, it's on the video.
I know. I'm well, when I saw that, this was early yesterday morning. When I saw that, I thought that's got to be a Babylon Bee thing or somebody's making that up. Surely he did do that. So, of course, I Googled it and naturally, yes, of course, he said it. One of the funniest moments to me of this big boy press conference was when somebody asked him about Kamala and he said, yes, I chose Vice President Trump. And
That was the best one ever.
that was the
No.
best ever. I chose Vice President Trump. I wouldn't have chose her, da da da. So President Trump, of course, naturally, tweeted out something, really trolling him. But that was good. Now that right there says, you call Zelensky Putin. But one of the things that bothered me on a different level was his insistent on the fact that they asked him why he should still run. He said, well, look at all these people at NATO. They want me to run. And I'm thinking, yeah, but you're not running to be the president of NATO. You're running to be the president of the United States.
But he has no choice because he knows he will never win the hearts and minds of America.
Yeah.
So he's got to try to go somewhere else.
But that's also speaks to the mindset of Democrats and people on the left. Oh, we need to appease Europe. We need to get along with. Yes, President Trump has said it's good to get along. It's good to work with all of these people. However, America first.
Right. Just like somebody said on one of these social media things, do you know of another single nation in the world where their leader does not put their country first?
America first. And that's one of the best things about President Trump is it's America first. I want to vote in France. Can we vote in France?
Well, I think more importantly would be if we could go across the line and vote in Canada to try to get that
Well, that's
communist
true.
guy
That's
out.
closer to home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the latest on that is that uh, the Chi the Chinese military is installing ballistic missiles just north of the U.S. border in Canada.
I'm gonna jump segue into something totally unrelated in a way, but it's about the election. You posted the speech that Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina Mark Robinson gave at the Faith and Freedom
Faith and freedom, right?
thing. Anyway, it was an excellent speech. I encourage you, if you haven't watched it, to watch it. But I also encourage all of us from North. We need him as governor, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he'd be a great." But no, no, we need him as North Carolina needs a good governor. We haven't had a good governor in what, ah, years and years actually. So yeah, we need a good governor.
And it was
And
pretty clear that the last governor uh, uh, cheated to win his election.
yeah, right. But also, too, it helps President Trump to have Republican governors in states. It's good for him. You know, look at what Greg Abbott has done and other governors in fighting some of these legal battles and whatever.
Mark Robinson is such a talented, natural orator. You know, he didn't study it. Uh, you know more about him.
Right. He was just sort of thrown into this when he showed up at I think it was a county commissioners meeting
Right.
where they were trying to take away our guns, and he just basically he gave such a great speech. It was viral on all social media, and then they recruited him to run as lieutenant governor, which he did, and he won, and now he's running for governor, and we need him as governor. Please, President Trump, don't take him away.
He will surely win. He's just too powerful a force. But you know, my suggestion was find somebody else to run for VP this time, and let Mark Robinson run when in Trump's absence, once Trump has retired.
Yeah, 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 because he's a force to be reckoned with.
Why? And why is the important thing. And that's because he pins his entire life, his entire existence, and everything he does as listening to the Holy
Holy
Spirit.
Spirit, yes. I've met him a couple of times, we have, and I asked him, this was a while back before he announced he was running. I said, "Are you going to run? Are you thinking about running for governor?" And he said, "We," meaning his wife, he and his wife, "we will do whatever the Lord tells us to do." That was his answer. He didn't say maybe, I'm thinking about it. I'll do whatever God tells me to do.
What a guy.
You can't do better than that.
Yeah.
And on that note, we should say, God bless President Trump. God bless Mark Robinson. God bless the United States of America. And get the popcorn. It's gonna get crazy.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.